Hey, what's up, family? Come back to you with my second tutorial now. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm trying it again. Actually doing something different today. Actually going to be making summer sausage. Now, I know looking at this, you're kind of wondering what the heck is that? But that is basically 5 pounds of ground beef, some mustard seed, some red pepper flakes, a lot of garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and the key ingredient to make this beef into sausage, and I know probably right now it doesn't look like beef, is here, the Morton's Tender Quick Home Meat Cure. 5 teaspoons of that on the 5 pounds of ground beef. And what it does is take all the moisture out of the meat and makes it more into the sausage texture that we're used to when it comes to sausage. So it takes from ground beef to actual sausage textured beef, if that makes sense. So what we'll be doing, and what's different about this, I've made this plenty times, but I've always done it in an oven. 200 degrees, 8 hours, comes out nice flavorful stuff. One of the ingredients is actually a liquid smoke that gives it the smoky flavor. But I'm a newly minted Big Green Egg owner, and I know I can keep it at 225 for, I don't know, 10 hours. So I'm hopefully thinking that, okay, if it's 225 on the dome of the Big Green Egg, then it has to be around 200 degrees at the grill. So what we're going to do is make five 1 pound logs, which probably come down to, I don't know, 3/4 of a pound after smoking. But we're going to make logs out of these, sausages out of these, and 8 hours later, hopefully have some good sausage. But if you're interested in the recipe, hit me up in the comments below. I can send you the recipes. Nothing special. Everyone has their own type of recipe when it comes to the summer sausage. But the coolest thing, the newest thing for me, is doing it on the Big Green Egg. So I'm gonna get the fire lit, get that to 200 degrees, and I'm gonna come back to these. Gonna actually mold these into, like I said, the sausage logs, and see what happens 8 hours later. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so what we have here are the five roughly rolled sausages here. And again, it doesn't look like much. What I wanted to bring out that I didn't say before, I don't think anyway. This was, again, today's Tuesday. So Saturday, this is again just 5 pounds of regular ground beef, 80/20 content. I wanted a fatter beef since it's going to be roasting 8 hours. I wanted to keep as much fat as possible. You can of course go leaner. You know, some people want the 90/20, 93/7. 75/25. I'm doing regular 80/20 ground beef. And actually, I take that back. I think what I got was 75/25. So I think I got the most fat content possible. I think ground chuck was 80/20. But anyway, once you put all the seasoning in, and most importantly, you put the Tender Quick in, you let it rest for, this is the fourth day. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and here it is Tuesday morning. These are ready to cook for 8 hours. So if you do it in the oven, it's 8 hours at 200 degrees. I'm going to try to do it on the Big Green Egg at 8 hours, at 200 degrees for 8 hours. We will see if I'm successful, because I think the egg is going to want to get up to 225-ish. So I'm going to try to do some finagling on the fire itself to keep it at 200. This is probably the best time to have one of those Pit Vipers or the DigiQs or something like that. I don't have that yet. That's on the wish list. But as of right now, we're going to do these the old school way, and we'll see how successful we are. All right, you guys. So I'm here with my egg. As you can see, there's quite a bit of coals already in here. So what I did this past weekend was an actual 8-hour smoke on some, I did a pork shoulder. So I did 2 pork shoulders. Came out real well. But as you can see, I have a lot of coal left. So one thing I did notice when I did the 8-hour smoke before was towards the end, it wanted to get up to 300 degrees. I mean, I had a very small slit in the air intake here, but it still got to 300. And that was towards the end of the smoke, which is okay because it got a little char on the outside of the pork shoulder. But I don't want that to happen today. So what I think I researched was I had a lot of fuel. Obviously, I had a lot of coals in there because, again, this is left after 8 hours. And a quick go, I think I did a steak at the end, which I got up to 700 degrees, shut it down. And these are, this is still the coal that's left after that. So I'm not going to add any more coals. I'm not going to add any more wood because I want it to, again, to stay at around 200 degrees. So I don't want to give it any reason to jump up in temperature. So I'm going to start this with a 1 cardboard starter. And once I know it's going pretty good, around the 7-minute mark, I'm going to shut it down, not shut it down, but close it down and try to keep the temperature no more than 200 degrees. And then I'll bring the, then I will bring the sausage out. All right, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, so got the one started. As you can see, there's not a lot of fire there. But as I've shown you before, this can get up to 700 to 1,000 degrees in no time. So I'm going to do things kind of quickly. Sorry, I'm so close. Quickly this time. And actually, I'm going to put the place setter on now, as well as the grill, and I'm going to shut it down and try to keep it at, like I said, 200 degrees. This is usually pretty early in the process. Normally, you wait about 7 minutes, let it get up to a nice flame, and then shut it down. But I'm pretty confident the flame's going to keep going. So I'm going to be proactive and try to keep the temperature low. So that involves me putting the place setter on here, which is not light. And just got attacked by something big and bug-like. Don't know what that was. But as you can see, my place setter is pretty dirty. I've seen different people wrap it in foil and throw the foil off later and all that stuff. Call me crazy. I think that adds flavor. Those are all drippings and things from past cooks that, as long as it hasn't been too long, of course, I think heat up and add flavor and more of a barbecue taste of whatever it is you're putting on there currently. So I'm kind of old school. I'm just going to let it go. I do scrape it off, before each cook. But that's just my opinion. Someone may disagree with me, but hey, I like that. It adds what they call seasoning to the egg itself. So you see it's smoking up pretty good. Everything's still catching, so I'm going to go ahead and close it down, put my grill on, and get ready to smoke these sausages. And like I said, I may leave it open a little longer to get all that fresh smoke off from the fire starter. But generally, I don't want it to get any hotter than, like I said, 200 degrees. So, see how this goes. All right, guys, I'm back. Getting close to the 200 mark here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the sausages on there. Like you say, nothing special, just a regular clear grate here. And put them towards the center so they don't get any of that contact residual heat. Put the big boy right here, there, and there. So that's pretty centered. You always worry about the heat coming up on the sides here. I think I can get them a little closer maybe. Just to make sure they're getting a similar cook. So that's it. I'm going to shut it down. Try to keep this at the 200 mark. Got the grate like this here. Intake here. I'm gonna come check in about 30 minutes, see if I need to adjust it. But you know, we see it took temperature down that quick. Get it back up to 200, and I'm gonna let it go for 8 hours. So we'll see what we look like on the other end here. Hopefully, have some good, moist, smoky sausage, some summer sausage. So kind of excited about this one, but we'll see what happens in 8 hours from now. Talk to you guys soon. All right, half hour in, sitting right at 200. Got the top vents here, bottom vent is there. I'm gonna come back and check on it again in about another half hour. Be sure we're still sitting at 200, but it's looking pretty good. Don't even have to open it up. All right, guys, we're at the halfway mark. It's around 3 o'clock. I put it on around 11. So this will be my first time peeking. See, I'm a little below 200 there, so may open up my vent a little bit more just to give it a little boost there. But let's see how we're looking. It's looking pretty good to me. So that's halfway through. We got 4 more hours, but looking pretty good. Like I said, I'm gonna open a little bit, but still staying around 200, so not gonna play with it too much. Looking good. Hey, what's up, y'all? So it's 8 hours later. Actually, my temperature's dropped to about 150, 175, but it's at the end of 8 hours. I can deal with that. But let's see what we look like after an 8-hour smoke. And there we have it. Looks pretty good to me. Again, this has been on for 8 straight hours. Kept it right at 200. Like I said, it just dropped to about 150, 175 in between there. But they look pretty good. So I'm gonna take these out, let them cool down, and I know you're supposed to refrigerate before you slice into it, but I'll slice into it here in about another hour, just so we can see what we're working with, get a little taste. Then I'll cool them off completely, put them in the fridge, and they'll be ready for either eating cold cuts or whatever you want to do with it. Whatever you do with summer sausage, crackers, and cheese, or things of that nature. But yeah, looks like we did it. So we'll see how it tastes here in a second. But I would say that looks pretty good. We'll see how it slices up here in a second. Alright, so we're inside and pretty much glistening. So they look pretty good. Gonna let them rest for about an hour, and then we'll see what it looks like inside, but I'm guessing pretty good. Alright, so it's been about an hour, so I figured it's time to go ahead and cut into one of these. So I think I will take this one here, and just gonna slice into that and see what happens. Alright, that looks pretty good. Of course, it still has to rest another 24 hours, and have to individually wrap them and all that good stuff, but I think we have success. Let's see. I think we did a good job. So, like I said, if you want the recipe, let me know. But I would say final tasting is pretty good. That's it for the beef summer sausage. Alright, so this is how I do them. Shrink wrapped. Of course, that's the one that I sample. But shrink wrap, freeze them, and you can give them for gifts or eat them up later. I have family coming this weekend for the 4th of July, so chances are we're gonna run through these. But for the time being, shrink wrapped with my vacuum sealer, and we'll eat on these for however long they last. But got some good summer sausage, y'all. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.